because of the stage of your mind. Do you know that when your stage of your mind, in the desert also determine how far you are going to go. A double-minded person doesn't come out of his desert, doesn't come out of his tough time, perish in that position, in that process of passing through that tough time because of the stage of his mind. Also bring hindrance to it and bring delay to that person because the stage of that person's mind. We know that the Israelites, when they left Egypt, and as soon as they left Egypt, they were happy. As soon as they see confrontation, they saw the Egyptian was coming towards them, they start saying different kind of things. Moses did a miracle again, that the Red Sea was open for them to cross, for them to pass through the midst of the Red Sea. They were happy. As soon as they left there, they start complaining. We know that they were not having a stable mind, and most of them perished in the wilderness. They were not able to pass through to get to the promised land. We know that in any great man or great person, in anything you are doing, you must pass through your wilderness. Tough time may be your wilderness. Having no job may be your wilderness. No stable job may be your wilderness. You looking maybe child or husband or wife or things, anything at all that make you to cross to the other side of to get to what you need. Everything is a process. So it's that process, and through that process is that wilderness that you are going to pass through, that when you need faith, when you need hope that is alive, when you need God to carry you through that wilderness. You cannot pass through the wilderness alone. You must have a backup. You must either have God or the devil, the master of the thing you are doing, or God is the master of the things you are doing. So when you are in that wilderness, sometimes some may be a Christian, but as soon as they enter that wilderness, they begin to have a double heart. They begin to think that God cannot help them. They begin to feel that the hand of God is too short to reach them. They begin to think about that God is so busy, he can't hear them easily. They begin to think different kind of things in their mind, because the state of their mind is going to determine for them. If you have this mind that whatever things that come into my life, or whatever thing I'm facing now, I know that God is going to see me through. When you have this confidence in you, when you have this mindset in that no matter what comes your way, God is still your strength. God is with you. He said he will not leave you nor forsake you. That mind, that word will make you to have relax in your mind. We make you to have confidence, more confidence in you. We make you to have more assurance that God is with you. You are not just going through this wilderness alone. He is your strength. He is backing you. But in those that have double-minded, those that has their heart is not healthy, that the state of their mind is not balanced, they begin to have different kind of thoughts, like the Israelite people that was doubting God, that was no grumbling. Even when God still provide for them, they still grumble. All these things determine the state of your mind, because when you are settled, you will not worry about the situation, because you know that God has started this thing. God that started the journey with you, that said you should leave that comfort zone and start going to another direction so that you can enter your promised land. He knows that he is going to see you through it. That is what it is. That mind, that confidence, you will carry you along, even when you cannot even see food to eat, even when things are difficult, no job, no home, nothing. That God, when you have this confidence, you don't feel it that all these things is an issue. You will just pass through. You say it's a process of life. It's a thing that person must experience it. Everybody have experienced it. Nobody that said they have not experienced it. Nobody. What you may be facing as your desert or your wilderness may not be mine, and what I will be facing may not be yours. Everybody has their own different ways which they face their own situation and the state of their mind. So everybody has their whole different thing. So my dear, if you are facing such a thing, if you are passing through those kind of difficulties in life, my dear, just hope upon God, just rely, because the state of your mind will determine where you'll be going. You know that when Jesus Christ fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, he said the Spirit of God take him into the wilderness, into the wilderness. And in that process, that is when the devil came to try Jesus, that said, if you know that you are the Son of God, change this stone into bread. And because the devil knows that Jesus is he's hungry in that moment. But God said, that shall not live by bread alone. Jesus said, that shall not live by bread alone. Jesus was able to overcome and give exactly the right work to the enemy. And he also told him a particular word. That shall not put the Lord God in test. That is what a lot of people are doing, and they will say because person is facing tough time, you will not be saying that if your God that you are serving, if he's a living, why will he allow these things to happen to you? My dear, do not mind the voices. Do not mind those people that is saying it. Just hold on to the Lord. Hold on to him, because he alone can help you out in such a difficult situation. He alone can help you out, because in that wilderness, if you refuse, if you dance to the tunes of the enemy, you may perish in that wilderness. If you dance to the tunes of the enemy, you may lose your life. You may lose things that is dear to you if you dance to the two. But if you dance to the two and hold on to God, my dear, you will go. You will get to your promised land. You will not be waiting, because a lot of people, you will see some people there. You see them, you see just depression, or they will say that before you know what is going on, the person is gone. Before you know what is going, the person is gone. Before you know what is going, the person is gone. Just apartation, the person is gone like that. My dear, we will not be among of those that is gone like that. But the state of our mind will determine whether we will be that person or we are not that person. The state of our mind will determine whether we'll go far. As I said before, we'll go far in life or we are not going anywhere. The state of our mind will determine how long we are going to spend in our desert. The state of our mind will determine what we are going to do with our life, because whatsoever that come from that we do in this life come from the heart, come from the mind. They say abundance of the mind, the mouth speaketh. It's what you said in your, the thing is that it's not just what you said with your mind alone, but it's not what you say with your mouth alone, but what you say with your heart. Even when you don't open your mouth to speak, what is in your heart, God already knows it. The thought in before you will say it, that your intention, God have already known what is in your heart. So do not deceive yourself. Do not think that you are doing things that nobody will know. So God sees your heart. God knows your heart. He knows what is inside your heart. You know how far it's going to take you. So my dear, whatsoever you are doing, just have this heart that have this confidence in God. No matter the difficulties, no matter the tough time, no matter the trials, no matter the people that will come your way, have this heart that believe on God. Have this heart that whatsoever that comes your way, God is more than that thing. God can solve it. Sometimes people say that what God cannot give, I don't need it. Sometimes even people, we Christians, use it to say, we use it to pray, what God cannot give to me, I don't need it. The problem, God knows you cannot face, God will not bring it to you. So when God knows that wilderness, He is going to give you the grace to pass through it. So that is why those things comes to you. As I said, we have different kind of wilderness. We have it. My dear, do not give up on yourself. Do not die in your own wilderness. Just mount up wings like the eagles. Encourage yourself, because David said, I encourage myself in the Lord. Encourage yourself in the Lord. There is nobody that said this Christian race is very sweet. From the beginning it was sweet, and now it's still sweet. Everybody has his own tough time. If you see all these great men of God, they have their own desert they have faced. They have their own difficulty they are confronted. They have their own tough time they are confronted. Don't just see what you are seeing on telly, the beauty and everything, but they have things that they are confronting in life that you doesn't know, that the challenge that is still in them that you don't. So don't just think that you are just alone. You are not alone. God is with you, as God is with every other person that is passing through that journey. Even when you are still in the promised land, you need God to help you along, to maintain what you have, and to be able to have more of what you want. That is why we need God most in every situation. Don't just think that sometimes someone will say that I have passed through my promise, my desert time. I have passed through my trial period. Now I have to relax. When you relax, the enemy will still strike. He will still strike. So even though you have passed through, you are in your promised land, do not just relent. Do not give up. Just still hold on to God. Believe on God, because Him alone can help you and see you through in life. Him alone. I didn't say some, but I said Him alone, which can help you and see you through in life. So my dear, remember, blessed to meet again. Bye bye. God bless you.